Hey beauties, this is April coming with a video of my MAC brush collection. This video was requested for me to do. So we're just going to jump right into my brush collection. So first to get started here, this is a blush brush, and I believe this is the 129, or let me see here. Yes, this is the 129, and this is what the bristles look like on the brush. Now I did just freshly wash these, so they are like a little weird shaped right now. But this is my first MAC brush. I've had it for about maybe 10-12 years now. So yeah, I really love this brush. It's still in really good condition. It may look a little funky right now, but it still really is a good brush and it gets the job done. Then the next brush here, this is the 187. And this is what it looks like. It's a dual fiber brush. Now with this brush, all of the brushes are really soft and they're nice brushes and they'll last you for a long time. They are expensive, but they last you pretty long. But like this brush right here, I have a love-hate relationship with this brush. Like, I really don't like it to apply foundation. I know a lot of people use it to apply foundation. I really don't care for this brush for foundation. I prefer just a different brush. But this one, what I've been using it for lately is to like apply moisturizer, or like moisturizer, like strobe cream, things like that on my face, instead of using it for overall putting it on for foundation. Now this brush right here is a contour brush, and this is a 160. This is the 163 brush, and this is what this brush looks like. So it is very, like I stated about the other brushes, it's very soft. The only thing with this brush, you do have to be like cautious and careful with your contour, because it can give you a very harsh contour. But if you're looking like for that precise contour, this is a good brush for it. I really like this brush. I've had it for a couple of years now and it works well for me. Now the next brush here, this is one of my favorite brushes. Now this brush right here, this is the 169, I believe. It's kind of rubbing off here, but I will list the brushes down below as I mentioned them here in the video. Now this brush is like stained from using it so much, because I've had this one also for about a good, I say 3 to 5 years, not quite for sure, but around that period of time. And I like to use this brush. When I first got it, I used it for blush. Now I use it more for like a softer contour. I just really like this brush for that use. This brush right here is the 132. It's a dual fiber brush, and I use this brush for concealer. I've only had this brush for about maybe 2 months now, so I haven't got a lot of use out of it, but what I have been using it for so far, I enjoy it. Here is the 181. I've had this brush for years also. I bought this brush for concealer to do, like, if you're in a rush and you don't have time to be messing around with a little brush, I felt this brush would be really good for it, putting on under eye concealer. But I really don't use this brush that much any longer. I really forgot that I even had it, but I use it every once in a while now. But it is a good brush. This right here is one of my favorite brushes. This is the 130. It's also a dual fiber brush. What I like to use this brush for is I use it either for powder or concealer under the eye. Mostly for powder, because I do like the way that it picks up the powder, and also how the powder sets under your eye with using this. It doesn't allow it to get extremely messy. So I do like that brush for this. It's one of my favorite brushes. Here, I believe it is the 130. Again, my numbers have rubbed off of it because I've had it for so long. But this is the tulip brush, and I really love this brush right here. I use this brush to either contour, put blush on, to put powder all over my face. This is one of my most used MAC brushes because I use it for a few things, but I really like this brush a lot. This is a good brush to have. It is a little expensive, but I feel because I can use it for a few things that it's a great brush to have. The 134. This is going to be like your large powder brush. It really is a big brush. What I bought this for is when I'm in a hurry, I don't have time to use a smaller brush to get the powder all over my face. So that's the reason why I purchased this brush, and it is a really nice big brush to have. It's good to throw it in your purse if you're on the go real quick. This will get your makeup done. This will get the job done very quickly. Then the 182 Kabuki brush. I bought this brush when I bought my first mineralized skin finish years ago, and this brush is still in excellent condition. It's still very soft and nice. It just feels wonderful, and this brush really gets the job done. I like to use this brush with like I said, my mineralized skin finishes. I really don't use another brush with it. The majority of the time I stick to using this brush, what I bought it for, to use with that product, and I continuously always use it with that when I'm using the mineralized skin finish. Now this right here is the MAC beauty sponge, beauty blender, whichever you want to say. But this sponge, I really like this sponge. The reason why, I don't know if I like this sponge more than the beauty blender, but I do really like this one. I reach for this one a little more than I reach for my beauty blender. It is very soft like the beauty blender. Now I will say it's not as soft as the beauty blender, but it is still very nice. Like, one thing that I do like about this sponge over the beauty blender is the bottom of the sponge. I feel like I can get a wider range with using this sponge. Like if I need to move quickly, it's a little bit bigger, especially when it's wet, it's a little bit bigger. So this right here, the bottom will have you move a lot faster. You'll be able to apply your makeup quicker. But this is a good sponge. I don't remember exactly if it's around the same price or more than the beauty blender, but it's a good sponge to have. Now, as far as my eye brushes, we'll start with my pencil brush here, which the bristles on this is white, but mine got dyed. Well, I guess if you want to say dyed, whatever, from using some pink eyeshadow. So stained it. That's what it is. It stained it with some pink eyeshadow. And I believe this is the 213. I'm not quite for sure, but I'll definitely list it below. But that's my pencil brush. Now, I don't love this pencil brush. I do have other pencil brushes like my Sigma brush, pencil brush that I do like better than this brush, but it will get the job done. Now another brush here. This one is a new brush that I got, so I haven't used it very much, and this is the 242. I bought this because my eyelids are kind of small, so I felt like this would be able to get in there a little bit better because it's not so wide. It's like it's kind of a little more narrow, so I felt like it would work good for my eyes. Then I have the notorious 217 blending brush, which I do like the 217 blending brush, but because my eyes again are a little smaller to do certain things with, as far as like cut creases, things like that, I don't like this for that, but it is a good blending brush. This brush right here is the angle brush. I believe this is the 233. I'm not quite for sure because, again, this one has rubbed off. I've had this brush for years, and it's just your basic angle brush, but I really like this angle brush. The next brush here, this is a newer brush that I got when this brush just came out recently with the beauty collection, I believe, and this is the 267, which is another angled brush. Now with this angled brush, it was described to be used with like eyeliner, gel liner, things like that. I didn't like it for that. I thought that it would be perfect to do wing liner because of how it is. Like, I felt like it would glide to the eye, if that makes sense. But like glide to your eye because of how that shape is and give you like a good wing. Like, I felt like it would just go perfect. Give you like, have it like this and give you that nice swing. But I didn't like it for that. Maybe I just need to learn to work with it more. Not quite for sure. But I was thinking about starting to use it for under my eyebrows and see if I can get them looking real nice with this. So I'm going to try that next with it. This right here is the 210 brush. The numbers have also rubbed off this one. I've had this brush for a very long time. I got this brush when I was in college, so years ago. So actually I take that back. The blush brush is not my first brush from MAC. This was my first brush, the 210. I am going to go ahead and purchase another one because I've had it for so long that I think it's just time to retire this one and get a new one. I don't know, because this one's still doing what it needs to do. This brush right here is the 252 brush, and this is just a large eyeshadow brush, but this brush doesn't work that great for my eye, especially if I want to put multi-colors on. Like for this brush, I think it works best for me when I want to use one color only on my lids. That's the best way I can use this brush because it's kind of a little big for my eyes, but it's a nice brush. Then this brush right here is the 239. Now I have not used this brush in a long time, but I do like this brush. It also has like a little pink dye on it, or stained from pink, but this brush is good for my eyes because they are smaller, so it does work good to get the eyeshadow packed on, and I do like that about it because it's not like stiff to where it doesn't bend, because you can see that it's moving, but it's stiff enough to pick up the eyeshadow and get it on your eyes really good. Now this is one of my newer brushes that I just recently got a few days ago, so I have not used this brush at all. It's the 214, but I wanted this brush again because of my smaller eyelids, and I thought that it would work good for me. And now that I also look at it, how it is like curved on the corners, I feel like it'll also be a good smudger brush for me. Now this is one of my favorite brushes right here, which is the 224. I love this for blending out. Like this one right here versus like the 217, it's gonna give you more of to where you can, how can I say this, like it won't pick up as much product as the 217. This one will give you a nice wash of color with your blending, versus like the 217 is going to be more concentrated. Now this right here is the 286 brush, and this is also another brush that I just got a few days ago, so I have not used this brush. But the reason why I bought this brush is because of how it's tapered. There, how it's so tapered, I felt like it would be good to get into the crease with this brush. So hopefully it does work like that for me. But overall, I really do love my MAC brush collection. Like, I have been collecting my brushes for a long time. There's still several more that I do want to get, but I'm gonna work on it. I don't buy them often, so it is taking me a longer time for me to build up my collection. But I think as far as right now, I have a pretty good collection. I have a couple of other brushes coming, which the next brush that I will be getting is the 221 brush, which that one also released with the beauty collection. So if you were looking to get that brush with the beauty collection, it is available online. Some stores still do not have it in stock, but it is available online if you guys were interested in knowing that for the 221 brush. And that's just a smaller blending brush. It's similar to the 217, but in a smaller version. So I definitely want to thank you beauties for stopping by and watching my video. And please rate, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day. Bye beauties.